What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 65 Eric Young from Sanity. Here we do have Eric Young in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get him open up, and we'll have a better look at the figure inside. So stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Eric Young posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Eric Young does come with 2 pairs of hands. He comes with a pair of grasping hands, which look really good. And then he also comes with a pair of open grabbing hands, which look really good. I am happy they included both of them. He does come with his entrance vest, which has a lot of nice little details on the front, and has the Sanity logo on the back. And then he also does come with a mask to complete his entrance gear look, so I really am happy that they included all of that. Other than that, Eric Young doesn't come with anything else, although I don't know what more you would want him to come with. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at Eric Young, and my goodness, did they do a really good job on the face. Although I do feel like his eyebrows are a little bit thin. Other than that, I think this is a really good job. It really does look like Eric Young, and it has this really crazy expression on him, which I am happy about. You can see they did a really good job sculpting his beard, sculpting his mustache, especially applying the paint to it. You can see there's some photoreal right here on his mustache and part of his goatee, and then they just filled in the rest with paint, which looks really good. He has this really crazy expression on him, which is to be expected. He is was the leader of Sanity. Really crazy hair that he has on, which is done really well. I do like the way that it's sculpted. It really does look crazy, and pretty much how Eric Young has it, although I think he's bald right now. I haven't seen him on TV, but I think he actually shaved his head. I don't quite remember. But other than that, really good job on the head sculpt. Taking a look at his left arm, you can see the tattoo that is done on him really well. It's done surprisingly well and has a lot of colors on it. You can see it goes all the way down to his arm. Looks really good. You can see he is wearing black wrist tape, and it does go all around his wrist and on his fingers, which they didn't paint it all the way around on his fingers. They kind of did it, but they stopped halfway. At least it goes all the way through the hand. You can see on his right hand he just has the single piece of tape applied. They are using a more muscular body for Eric Young, so I do like that. You can see he has the S and the T for Sanity. And then on the back you can see it does say Sanity, which is done really well. I do like the color of trunks he's wearing. We don't often get brown trunks on figures, and this is like a really dark brown, almost bronze colored tights, so really interesting choice of coloring there. Taking a look at his legs, you can see they did paint part of his knee pads on right here. He is wearing a blue knee pad with maroon backing, which looks really good. And then here we do have that same bronze, brownish green color painted on the knee pad, and then we have it black. I thought that was an EY, but it's not. It's actually a Y, a B, and I don't know what else it is, but it's really interesting. Then we go on to his boots, where you can see his socks coming all the way up. His boots are of course open, which is a unique sculpt. I haven't actually seen this on any other figure, so it might just be for Eric Young. You can see a lot of detailing on the boots, and I think it looks like he has a swivel down here, but he doesn't, unfortunately. It's just the way they sculpted the boots. You can see the tongue of his boots hangs down really low. He does have yellow laces on his boots, which look really good. And they did a really good job sculpting all this detail on his boots. You can see all the seam lines on it. It looks really, really good. So I am liking the detailing on Eric Young. They did a really good job with him for the first time that we've ever seen him in a WWE line. What we're going to do now is actually compare him to a few other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Eric Young posed next to an Elite Stone Cold Steve Austin and Elite AJ Styles. And finally here we have Eric Young posed next to an Elite Miz and an Elite Kane. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually run through Eric Young's articulation. Now, he does have the standard elite articulation. He does have a ball joint in the head, which does let him look up about that far. Can't really look down because of the way his beard is sculpted, although I feel like they also sculpted too much of his head looking down, so we wouldn't get too much movement with that anyway. He does have very little pivot side to side, does turn left and right, although you do want to be careful because his beard does get in the way. Arms are on a ball joint. They go out to about that far. They go all the way around. They swivel at the bicep, single bend in the knee, or single bend in the elbow, no issues there. Swivel and hinge at the wrist. Pretty good articulation there. He does have an ab crunch which goes back about that far, goes forward about that far, swivels at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about there, go back, kick out, swivel at the thigh. We have a double joint in the knee. Swivel at the sock, not actually the boot, which is surprising. No swivel right here in the calf, although it does look like it. That's not an actual swivel joint. And then his ankles do go back and forward. Pretty stiff ankles, which I do enjoy that. He has rocker ankles. It's not the best that we've seen, but it'll do. You're not going to have Eric Young doing too many crazy poses. But other than that, guys, that's Eric Young for you. So what I'm going to do now is actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Eric Young posed for my final thoughts, and overall I really like the way he came out. Mattel actually knocked it out of the park with this release of Eric Young. They could have easily just given us a basic figure for his first time in the line figure. However, having an elite scale version of him I think is a really good way to go, especially seeing as how we do get an entrance gear with him. The vest on him looks really good, and the mask is the same color as his tights, but it does bring the look all together. If you are looking for Elite 65, I believe they are in stores right now at the time I'm making this video. I honestly have no idea what WWE figures are out in stores right now because my stores are getting really sloppy at stocking. I think this was the last series I've actually seen in stores was Elite 65, and Eric Young was one of the only figures I found. I don't know, Walmart and Target just aren't stocking these guys as much as I would like, and it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to start resorting to online purchases for my WWE figures. If you are looking for Eric Young, check your Walmarts and Targets right now. I believe Elite 65 is still in stores. I can't confirm or deny that because I have not seen any new things in my area, so that's a little bit unfortunate. If you can find Eric Young, I really do recommend you pick him up, especially if you're a fan of Sanity, which I will be looking at some of the other members. Hopefully I can review them all so you guys can see what they all look like. But other than that, I still think Eric Young is a must-have figure. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. And while you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.